This girl, if you don't act to help her, she won't be human much longer.
Well,
Slowly but surely, she will become a beast. There, behold the 13 towers. Elena, no doubt you're keen to return to your old self as soon as humanly possible. Still hideous, no matter how many times you see it, isn't it?
And once we get there, then
Come, let's not tarry here. No doubt the army are close behind. This chain. Take it. You need it to get hold of all that beast flesh. The flesh is for a ceremony, you see, to get her back to her old self.
Mavda, I want to go too.
I'll be back.
You'd best head off without delay.
Aaron, be careful. Aaron, you're back.
Back in one piece, I see. So, have you brought us back flesh for the ceremony?
Yes.
Here. Go on now.
Oh.
Take a bite.
You want me to eat this?
Ah, I see what the problem is. Folks in this country are believers in Ios. You're forbidden to eat meat, aren't you? Now this little morsel is beast flesh, freshly cut from servant beasts.
Oh, what?
Ah. Come now, girl. Eat it down.
Elena.
But I've never eaten meat.
Well, if you don't eat it, your fate will be sealed. You'll grow more and more monstrous. And there'll be no happy ending for you and young Aaron.
Wait.
Elena!
That's it. The curse.
In the heart of the continent of Imperia lies the kingdom of Illyria. At its remotest edge, hundreds of leagues from the capital of Helicon, a forbidding wasteland stretches to the furthest horizon, Orcanus. Deep within this desolate expanse where none may set foot, the earth has been torn asunder to form a rift extending over thousands of leagues, known simply as the Scar. At its center, suspended above this fathomless fissure, are the 13 towers. Towers of all sizes interlink and intertwine, each playing their part in the intricate design, fusing to become one single vast fortress. Held in place by 12 chains that grip the walls of the surrounding cliffs, the towers loom like a spider in its web, seeming to inhabit a space beyond the normal world. The bristling turrets of the towers serve a purpose. They bind the earth together, preventing the Scar from widening and tearing the world itself apart.
You're back. You made it.
Yes.
Thank you, Aaron. And you too, Mavda. Oh, this is wonderful. I can go back to my village.
Don't get too far ahead of yourself, young lady. The curse is far from being lifted.
Huh?
There, on your back. Not so long as that mark remains.
The curse hasn't been lifted. What do you mean? But I'm normal again.
Only for a while. So long as you have that on your back, the curse will slowly take hold.
You mean... the meat? I can't stomach anymore.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to. Otherwise, things are only going to get worse. To think the maiden at the harvest festival would end up forced to eat meat. Why, that's because of the curse, of course. Why, indeed. How would I know? Why, yes. Poor Elena is not the first to be cursed in this way. All sorts of things. Some fell into the hands of the Illyrian army and were dealt with. All you have to do is to keep bringing beast flesh back from the towers. Though that will only weaken the curse, it won't hold it back forever. When Elena consumes the flesh, her changes will reverse. But this respite is only temporary. If you leave her as she is, the poor girl's transformation will continue unabated. If you can't slow the curse's progress, she will never be human again. You've got a memory like a sieve. My name's Mavda, and don't you forget it. I told you this already. My people are the Vestra, and we are traveling merchants. You forgot already? Dearie me, I introduced you. This old fellow is my boon companion. He's rather shy and retiring, I'm afraid. Oi, you up there. That's right, isn't it?
So this is to be my life? To be cooped up in here, eating foul flesh? Must I learn to live like this? Can I not lift the curse?
Lifting the curse, you say? Well, now.
Oh, do tell me, Mavda, please!
Aaron, you must head back to the towers. Deep within each one, a master awaits you. Defeat these masters and return here with their flesh. If Elena eats this flesh, the mark on her back will fade, and she may be human once more.
No! I won't hear of it! How can I ask Aaron to face such dangers for my sake?
Of course. That's easier said than done. Oh, that reminds me. I have a little something for you. This belongs to my people. It's called the Oracus Chain. And now to take just a little of Elena's lovely hair.
What?
It's for Aaron's sake. I take it this is your first time. Quite a sight, is it not? My people, the Vestra, are the heirs to a special power. We can control the chains of destiny, the invisible ties that bind people together. Aaron, hold out your hands. It seems you know what you're doing, so I will entrust this to you. Now, wherever you go, you will always be connected to Elena.
Good morning, Aaron. Yesterday was a long day, wasn't it? I'm still a bit dazed, but I think I'm all right. Thanks for worrying about me. Eating the monster flesh is the only way I can stay human. I have to eat master flesh in order to lift the curse, but it's so dangerous for you, Aaron. Don't give me a reason to worry, will you? The thought of something happening to you... Is everything all right?
Make yourselves at home. You'll be here for a while. You can't afford to wander too far. The army will be looking for you. Without doubt. But you're safe here. This was the observatory the Illyrian army used to keep an eye on the 13 towers. But no one uses it anymore. I doubt they'll look here. Quick on the uptake, aren't you? Well, that's how things stand.
What a beautiful lamp. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's lit. It's such a warm light, don't you think? Huh? Thank you. This'll add some cheer to the evenings.
Deep within each one, a master waits you. Defeat these masters and return here with their flesh.
This is it. A master.
Well, if it isn't Aaron, you did well to make it back. And I take it you have returned from the 13 Towers with Master Flesh. Well then, serve it up to Elena without delay.
Aaron, I'm so glad you're safe. Is this Master Flesh?
Oh, you've come back, I see.
Please, pray to the gods of Ios. Ask them to bring the war to an end.
What was that?
It was Master Flesh. Eating it will reverse the curse and rid her of that mark on her back. Why, it's flesh you can only get from those great hulking beasts known as masters. Elena's going to have to eat 12 hunks of Master Flesh. That's about the size of it. So if you want to help Elena, bring her that Master Flesh. I'm sure I told you this already. Servant flesh only halts the curse for a short time. After that, she will become a beast once more. To stop Elena becoming a monster, you're going to have to try to lift the curse. To do that, you'll have to bring her flesh from all 12 of the masters dwelling in the towers. Well, I'll be off now. If you want me, you know where I'll be. I'm sure you'll find me around. I won't be going too far.
Was that a dream? It must have been. Oh, sorry, Aaron. I was miles away there. Mavda said my curse would be lifted if I ate 12 pieces of master flesh. 11 to go, then. I'm sure the army are going to come here soon. This place did used to be a military outpost. I couldn't believe it when they said the war was over. It had been going on since before I was... We spent several days walking through the wasteland after the festival. There's no way we would have made it here without Mavda's help. Aaron, wait! Please, promise me you'll be careful. Don't just leave without saying anything. Oh, wait! Hold out your hand. You know what this is? It's the vow of Ios. Come on, do it. Place your finger next to mine and promise. Wait! Oh, Aaron. Just be careful. Please. I do hope you're all right, Aaron. Of course he is. He's as tough as they come. I finished translating that book. It was a tough one, I must admit. The chain ceremony was just beautiful. I really feel there's a bond between us now. I've got all the needles and materials I need. I should really try sewing something. I know! How about a big rug? We could use it to brighten this place up a bit. Be sure to bring me any more texts you need translating. All right, Aaron? You never know if there's something useful written in there. I'm always happy to help. What's up? What's this sheer-drop spire like, Aaron? I'm picturing these high, intimidating walls. Stones that shoot out of the ground, as though they were alive. It takes hundreds of years for rock to form. Those towers are something else. I've got to eat it, haven't I? I'm going to write down all that has happened. I hope that will help you, Aaron. If I get carried away and write too much, I hope that you'll forgive me. I wonder how my mother's doing. I'm quite worried about her. Mavda told me that every time you defeat a master, the chain restores some of its lost power. I don't understand why, though. What's the connection between the masters and the chain? Welcome back, Aaron. This master flesh is going to lift my curse, right? I suppose I have to eat it.
In our village, one funeral follows another. Children, the old, all are taken from us.
The boy next door went too. Not enough to eat, they say. It's nigh on impossible to get hold of food. Our young men are all sent to the front. They don't return. The women and children struggle to bring the harvest in alone.
Again, I saw something. What?
Feeling better, my dear?
Yes, Mavda. Much better. It's just that every time I eat that master flesh, I have the strangest dreams.
Strange dreams, you say?
It looked like another country, a long time ago. Oh, and I saw the towers, but they were different. And the scar wasn't there.
Curious. I'll have to look into this.
Thank you, Mavda.
In the land of Imperia, it is the year 511 of the Unified Era. The scene is Helicon, the capital of the Kingdom of Illyria.
spot me.
Aaron? Were you watching?
Yes.
I sang that song at the Harvest Festival. Though it brings back bad memories of what happened there. But still, I love that song. I loved singing it for everyone. I was so happy back then.
What is that?
Prepare to attack!
Elena! Elena!
It struck again. The beast's curse has claimed another victim. And who might you be? Are you a friend of hers? You won't be able to do this alone. If you don't mind an old girl like me tagging along, I'd be happy to help.
I don't remember much about the Harvest Festival. I just know I caused a lot of trouble. I wonder what happened to everybody who was there. Nobody taught me to sing. I just started doing it because I loved it so much. If there's anything you want to know about the towers, why not try asking Mavda? I've always loved singing, you know, ever since I was a little girl. What's up? So, this is what you want me to translate? All right, leave it to me. So this is... Ah, that's it. Yes. Nice job, Elena. Here's that thing you asked me to translate. I hope there's something useful in there. Did you see the new tablecloth? I made it myself. A nice tablecloth always makes food taste better, don't you think? What was that dream I had? I just can't help thinking there was something odd about it. If we're going to be living here for a while, I suppose we should make it a bit more homely. I know. A few ornaments is what we need. Do you think you could find anything like that? What's up? I always loved singing, ever since I was a child. You just need to enjoy making people happy with your voice. After that, it's all about practice. I've got to eat it, haven't I? I wonder why Mavda went to so much trouble to help us. I couldn't believe it when they said the war was over. It'd be going on. Welcome back, Aaron. Respect and gratitude towards nature is the cornerstone of the teachings of Ios. But you probably know that, having lived in Illyria for a while. So, this is what you want me to translate? All right, leave it to me. Thank you. I have to eat this to lift the curse.
You've got it. There's nothing I can't make. Boys will be boys, I suppose.
He's the spitting image of you, with that blonde hair of his.
I was never this naughty, of course.
I'm so happy.
Me too.
I'm not sure why, but somehow I feel so happy.
Has she been dreaming again? I did a little research, you know. You reported back on your findings in the towers, and we put our heads together. We think these dreams are linked to the monsters from which the master flesh comes. Well now, the masters are a sort of living weapon, created half a century ago. This observatory and the 13 towers were once used by the army of Illyria. They experimented with making weapons from living things. Well, that is a good question. But I'm afraid we don't have the foggiest idea. The scar is the deep valley over which the 13 towers hang suspended. No one knows what lies in the depths of this valley, though rumor has it that it's connected to the other world. It's a world no one knows the first thing about, or so they say. The weapons you find belong to the Illyrian army. Then there are items from the other world. Otherworld items can only be found in the 13 towers. They're highly prized by some. So keep bringing them back. Well, we'll be going.
So the army made weapons from living things, and eating them is meant to cure me. These dreams, how are they related to the Masters? Are they living weapons? Are they from the other world? I just don't know. We just have to do what we can, I suppose. Why are there monsters other than the Masters living in the 13 towers? Maybe they were brought to life in some horrible experiment as well. It's so sad. So, the Masters are living weapons, created 50 years ago. It's horrible, bringing something into the world, just to use it in a war. Yes, Aaron? I've told you about those dreams I have when I eat the Master flesh, haven't I? There's always this really nice, close family. A lively little boy who's loved by his mother and father. They look ever so happy. In one dream, they did the vow of Ios. They must be believers as well. You're heading off already? Do you remember when we first met?
In the year 508 of the Unified Era, the scene was a village close to Helicon, the capital of Illyria, on the continent of Imperia.
He's still fast asleep. But what can we do?
He's an enemy soldier.
If the other villagers got wind of this... But he was wounded. You couldn't just leave him there.
No, not him. I had to do something.
Is he awake? Alas.
Is this paradise?
Father! Mother! He's awake! Don't worry. You're safe here. Don't try to get up. Back then it was I who helped you. Now it's the other way round. I'm so sorry, Aaron. Those towers are so dangerous. This curse has changed everything for you too. Thank you, Aaron. And be careful. This book should have what Aaron needs. Ow, that hurts. Oh, I got it. I finished translating that text you gave me, Aaron. I used some things I found in the cellar to make a flower bed out the front. We're really lucky that so many old books were left in this observatory. It's much easier to translate when you've got a lot of reference material. Illyria is lush and green, and most Illyrians are farmers. They're real salt of the earth. Is everything all right? So, this is what you want me to translate? All right, leave it to me. I was so happy to be chosen as a Harvest Festival maiden. I didn't want to let anyone down. I'd been chosen to sing at my village festival before, but this was on a whole new level. I mean, people came from all over the kingdom of Illyria. They had come to worship the gods, and to see me sing and dance. What an honor. I've got to eat it, haven't I? Aaron, I appreciate what you're doing for me. If you could just stay with me a little longer. Do you think there'll be another war? Even now there are still some skirmishes. The 13 Towers were an army facility as well, right? Do they feel that way inside? This must be quite an old building. It's showing some signs of wear and tear. It must be at least 50 years old. remember being really shocked when I first saw you, Aaron. You were wearing an Athosian military uniform and were covered in blood. I couldn't just leave you in that condition. I knew you were going to die if I left you there. I didn't care about which side you were on. I called for help and we brought you back to my house. I was so worried about you. Respect and gratitude towards nature is the cornerstone of the teachings of Ios. But you probably know that, having lived in Illyria for a while.
Aaron! Look after yourself out there!
Aaron? Welcome back. Is everything all right? Welcome back, Aaron. So, this is what you want me to translate? All right, leave it to me. Ios's teachings state that the world was created according to 12 laws. I told you, right? Well, each of the 12 laws influenced each other. Some of them strengthened each other, while some weakened each other. That's how they created such a delicately balanced world. Terrible things would happen if anything were to upset this balance. The 13 Towers were an army facility as well, right? Do they feel that way inside? I'm taking care of this place while you're in the towers, Aaron. It's the least I can do, really. I want to do whatever I can to help you. Master Flesh, I have to eat this.
I'm sorry. This is all I could find. The fighting grows fiercer. Food is harder to come by than ever.
We'll have to make do. Don't worry. I made soup from vegetable scraps. Well, it's more water than soup. Eat up, Reuben.
Hey, aren't you eating too?
I'm not hungry.
No, nor am I.
Don't grown-ups get hungry?
Don't worry about us.
But I'm starving.
Reuben, eat your fill. You're a growing boy.
All right.
If the fighting gets any worse, food will grow scarcer, and life will get even harder.
You're right. But for his sake, we need to hold on until peace returns to our land.
Who are they?